We're now coming into official time. I'm in a countdown mode. We've got a tight program, but before I get into anything that's to do with today's activity, I have a request from the hotel about 3 vehicles that are parked where there's going to be quite a significant sized truck come through dropping rock. And I'm sure you're going to take the opportunity to move before that happens. So I think this is going to be either 1 or IFJ 8YL, which is a white vehicle, ZDR 192, which is a grey vehicle, and DD23ZR as a white vehicle. And if anybody there, feel free to get up now because the alternative is not that pretty. So if anyone needs to move a vehicle, because at this stage, it may not be in this room, then we have no responsibility. So I don't feel too bad about that situation. So I've lost screen, guys, down here, and okay, thanks. Before we start also, I just want to take this opportunity to thank Allflex as one of our sponsors, but also importantly sponsoring morning tea, which I think everyone's had a good chance. It's a great opportunity to catch up, and one of the things that's pretty amazing is the vibe in the room from everybody coming in here and having a catch up. So I think it's looking forward to a tremendous couple of days. So I'm Graeme Gillan. Most people may have run into me. If you haven't, count your blessings, it's okay. But I'm your MC for the next 2 days, something that, yeah, it's a semi-new experience, so you'll have to come along with the journey with me as we go through that. What I'd like to, as I mentioned with Allflex, is acknowledgement to country. I acknowledge that the city of Greater Bendigo is on Dja Dja Wurrung country. I'd like to acknowledge and extend my appreciation for the Dja Dja Wurrung people, the traditional owners of the land and that we are standing on today. Today we pay our respects to leaders and elders past, present and future, for they hold the memories, the traditions, the culture and hopes of all, of the Dja Dja Wurrung people. Thank you for respect for there. Welcome today. This happens because we have 4 really strong conference partners who have been with us right from this journey: DataGene, Dairy Australia, Holstein Australia, National Herd Improvement Association. They provide the foundation for this event, and we have conference sponsors in Allflex, FOSS, Illumina and Zoetis, and their contribution is invaluable. I can only urge people to take the opportunity to speak to the representatives that are here and make appreciation for their support, because it's through our foundation partners and our sponsors that I think this represents one of the best value conferences, not only in value from the cost basis, but in terms of the speakers and people we're able to bring here. So it's incredible that they do. There's a couple of little vouchers that are going to be up. I know the Illumina people will have something on your table with respect to a chance to win a wireless speaker, which will be drawn tonight, and the FOSS have a voucher, which there's, if you go see them at their desk, and that'll be drawn at morning tea tomorrow. The next group I'd like to talk about are the speakers, because at the end of the day, it's the quality of this wonderful group of people and their accumulated knowledge, their insight, both domestically and international, that we're able to have such a fantastic program. And I want to express my appreciation early on for their contribution. We will have some speakers that will join us remotely, 1 this afternoon, 3 tomorrow morning, and they will also add a broader insight both at an international level, and I think that's always important. So now for a little bit of intro and then some housekeeping. Who in the crowd was here in 2009? Feel free, don't, we all have our age. Who's first time to a herd conference? Well, how fabulous is that? Nice cross-section. I reckon we're running 50-50 and everybody else has sort of been in between. So it's great to see, people who've been through the whole process, and it's been an amazing journey through all these conferences. There's been a lot of things that have been brought to the industry that were nice thoughts, but due to a lot of people putting the shoulder to the grindstone have now delivered, and I think our industry prospers due to these functions. So I appreciate everyone that's been here. Today, both in the room and streaming, there's going to be 200 plus people, and that represents almost 100 businesses, farm businesses, herd improvement, industry organisations, consultants, vet companies. There's a whole range, and I think that's a fabulous outcome to have such a wide cross-section of people that are here. Also, we had just a little free plug for my other day job, is that we had 40 years of ABVs last night. Tremendous gathering, and once again it was a wonderful group of people that were able to attend, and our speakers that contributed to the night, plus the Pete's with a little bit of history via the little game they had up for us, so that was nice. Now onto some housekeeping. Slido. It is the way for people to able to ask questions, both remotely and in the room. It's pretty simple. You've on the back of your, on the back, mine's turned around, you'll see a QR code, wonderful things we've all got used to. You can click on that. You'll also see there that there's, you don't have to worry about the password function. That's about if you're downloading video, this is you just go to Q&A function and you can just go in. We'll have those questions. If anyone from the floor has a question, you'll notice there's 2 mics at the back. Please go to the mic if you wish to ask a question from the floor. Because we are streaming this, if you ask a question, Hurt has something he wants to ask sitting over there, the people streaming have no idea what he's asked. So we ask that you either use Slido or the 2 mics to be able to do that. That'd be great. As I mentioned, a lot of businesses in the room. Phones are either turned off silent, but if you have to take a call, please take it outside. Really would appreciate that. And the other part that saved me having to mention this later, if you want to catch up with somebody and the conference is active, please go outside, because in this room you can stand up at those desks and have a chat to John and Deanne and we can hear it. So it's one of those things, the way sound travels. So just feel free. And I understand people have got businesses that are functioning whether we're here or not. So just, outside, that'd be really appreciated. That are really there. So we'll try and keep this program on time. There's a fair bit to go through, but we've got, as I said, a tremendous group of speakers. Also, I needed to mention, which I haven't yet, if you wanted, there is Wi-Fi in the room. I'm not sure if everyone's connected to it, because you will need Wi-Fi if you're using Slido. And it's if you go onto your net settings, you'll see ASB functions come up, and the password's really very complicated. 1 capital F functions. So I'm sure we'll be able to do. So if you want to use Slido, you need to have that aspect. So that's about me getting things started off for everybody. But once again, I really appreciate the tremendous support we've seen here and the people here today that we've got. We'll try and have a look at, as we go through the day, to keep things on time for everybody. If there's any questions or queries, John and Deanne will catch you outside to catch up on that. But really appreciate.